So that's my skincare ritual with Bioderma. I always find that it's so important to invest in a really good brand, and the Bioderma brand I find excellent. Um, you will see it in a lot of professional kits, those who work with men, women, and children. And I also notice that a lot of my clients and students, especially in Galway, where we use it in the kits, they find that their skin is healing. And for anyone who has a little bit more of acne prone skin or blemishes, like you'll see a few blemishes on my skin around just getting older, maybe eating not so good, breakouts from, your once monthly kind of situation. Things do happen, and you want the best products for your skin. I'm going to showcase a day look and a couple of tips on how to help your skin if you have some problematic areas, how to cover them up and how to really apply them on. So we'll start off with using, I'm going to use foundation from Rimmel. It's the vitamin C range, and just dot it around my skin. You'll notice actually my skin is quite uneven, my forehead's darker, and then my face is a little bit paler. Even if I use SPF on my forehead, I don't know, my forehead just gets darker. So I'm going to blend this foundation to suit the depth of my forehead, meaning I want to look a little bit more even. So we're just going to use a little bit more of a deeper shade to help me look a little bit more tanned on the skin. For anyone who is looking for a really great foundation, I think it's very important to just test. Not everyone should use a particular brand. You have to kind of find the brand that actually suits you, and it's very much regardless of how much you're going to spend on it. What you want to do is make sure that it feels great on the skin. And because I've primed my skin with the Bioderm Sensitive moisturizing moisturizer, I find like my skin looks perfect when I apply my foundation on, and still like it feels like, real soft and buttery. So my problem areas would be a little bit of a concern area where I'd have a blemish on my nose, a little blemish just above my lip. I've got a bit of rosacea, broken veins just on my cheek here, and a little bit of broken veins on my eyelid. So let's just cover that up. I'm going to use the MAC concealer. This is a Pro Longwear concealer. This little bottle will go a long way. So I'm going to use the same brush, pop a tiny bit amount, just a tiny amount there. I'm going to go, this is my concern, this is my concern, the blemish on my nose, a little dot is above my lip. Find the concerns. You find the concerns, and then it will be a little bit underneath my eyes as well. Now I look mad, but let's just blend it out. So the blending part is what takes a little while. And then we'll just pop a little bit on my eyelid there just to even out the skin. Put a little bit underneath my eye area here. A little bit around my nostril area. I always find it gets a bit reddish. Just buff out. See, a little goes a long way with the Pro Longwear. But I definitely do find that if you have really good skin and you prepared it really well, everything kind of works and sits on the skin really, really well. And then just dab out those concerns. So in terms of if you have a spot, maybe a little bit of scarring. Sometimes it's important to kind of just play around with your technique as well, and then just to hide it. I actually, to be very honest, people will be thinking, why do I love, I actually do not mind my little bit of rosacea and broken veins and broken capillaries and bits and pieces are flawed, because I think it's just important to kind of look a bit real as well. Can be very intimidating looking at makeup artists who look absolutely flawless, and you're just like, are they human? They are. But I also prefer to look as close as myself. The most important thing for me when I'm choosing a foundation and choosing a concealer is that it's not going to hide my face. I look like me still. And even if you can see the back of my hand to my face, it's not too far off, or even my neck to my face, it's not too far off. Best place to test would be around the jawline, so that you can blend and see if it is closely matched to your neckline. Your hand is great, but the hand can sometimes be a little bit more darker than your face, just two different tones. So make sure it's nicely blended underneath your jawline. And that's just my foundation and concealer, and you can see everything's kind of disappeared. So I like to bronze. I'm going to be using my Isadora bronzer. I have my favorite compact on the go bronzing brush, and when you're bronzing, I like to bronze just underneath, like the cheekbone is up here, so just underneath the cheekbone, for anyone who is afraid of that particular guideline, you can also use the part of your ear, that part there, as a guideline, and just go right down in that direction, but you won't be applying it in a stripe manner. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be brushing the bronzer upwards against the cheekbone. I also love doing a circular motion to blend out the bronzer. And if you need a little extra help, you can always suck in your skin, so you can see the hollow of your cheek. I always bring my bronzer up towards the side of my temple and just a little bit to my forehead. And by the way, I did not put any foundation on my forehead because my forehead's a little bit darker. Also, the other excuse for me not putting a lot of foundation on my forehead is I have these lines that when I put foundation on that area, I've noticed they sit. So for anyone who is finding that a little bit troublesome, you can also put primer around the forehead area, and that forehead area will be a little bit less likely to look overly wrinkled, if you will. Now, I don't mind that I have a few wrinkles at the age that I am. I should actually have. It would be kind of scary if you didn't. Let's just blend a little bit down on the neckline. Okay, that's perfect. So you put as much bronzer as you want, or as little. For me, bronzer is life. It makes my face a little bit more skinnier, and then I don't feel like I have too round a face, so it helps really sculpt out a shape in my skin. And so I don't feel like I have a big face. So there we go. We're going to use the MAC Spring Sheen Blusher, and this is one of my favorites, as you can see, because it's coral and it has a little bit of like a golden radiance finish. So I actually smile when I apply my blusher. You can see that lovely radiance. So I really prefer coral tones for everyone's skin tone because I feel like it's a little bit more of a healthier flush of color, and it looks quite natural, and it looks very real, like it's coming from you. I'm going to pop a little bit on my eyelid using the blusher brush. Yes, I am. Warms up my eyelids. Ta-da! Then I am going to just groom my brows. So my brows are a little bit messed up from just sleeping. I sleep with my head in the pillow. So a clear brow set, okay? And what you want to do is just groom your brows upwards. I have been growing my brows for a long time, and this is as far as it'll go. But I'm obsessed with just having a little bit of, oh, I think there's a little bit of an upward brow look. So you can see the difference. This creates a bigger eye, and this just looks messy. So let's just push it all upwards. Just give you the nicely manicured brow look. This is also a great opportunity to see when you brush your brow hairs up, to see any gaps in your brow for filling in. Now today I'm not feeling like I need to fill it in, but if I did, I would fill in just underneath where you can see a lighter part of my brow. You can see nice thickness up here, so it's quite dark and deep, but I would probably need to fill in the bottom here and just the bottom here. But I'm okay. I just like my brows brushed. So I'm going to add my Isadora Stretch Mascara. I love this mascara. It's actually quite fun. It's got an interesting wand that actually goes down. Can you see go down? And it goes up. It just stretches down and up. It's actually fabulous. So if you have someone who has small lashes, this is fantastic. So actually I might use the compact for this. I am going to just do a very light brushing, and I have stretched the mascara wand down. Oh, not a fan, I will tell you. I'm not a fan of mascara because it's quite messy, and I find that my lashes are quite short. But I really love this mascara in particular when I am using a mascara, because I find that the texture of the Isadora mascara is very creamy. It's not clumpy, and it allows me a little bit of time to play with my lashes to really add a little bit of texture to it. So you can see that I'm going back to the other side of the lash, and you can still play with your lash. So I'm just going to do a couple of coats, and you can see the direction. You want to work with the direction of the way the lash grows. Now my lashes aren't that long, so you're probably not going to see it, but that's okay. We're not going to get upset. Now I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer with my blending brush and my bronzer. I'm going to use a little bit to just carve out a contour in my eye, little socket. I actually love using earthy kind of tones on my eyelid. I just find them a little bit more flattering now that I'm a little bit older, in my late 30s. Gotta like keep everything looking fresh. So I'm gonna carve out a little bit just underneath my eye as well. There you go. So it's super super light, and that natural bronze with the little hint of like the blusher that on my lid is just really fresh. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to showcase how to line your lips. So I'm going to use, this is the Laura Mercier lip liner. It is quite dark. It's called Chestnut. But what I find is because it's quite dark, it will actually blend when the lip color goes on. So you'll be left with a subtle outline. Now you don't want it to be too dark, so just smudge it in with your lips by pressing it in. You got a light kind of shadow. I'm going to use the Rimmel. This is Be My Baby number 700. It's a matte lip color. It smells divine. It smells edible. So use the lip applicator to blend that into the liner. Voila. And then what you want to do is just, this is my NYX lippy. It's also matte and it's called Bear With Me. So I put this on top to give it a little bit more of a softer touch. Yeah, so that's pretty much my day look. If you wanted, you could put eyeliner to finish off, but I'm kind of happy with this look. So this is the finished result. I hope you enjoyed your day. If you have any questions, please feel free to email Katie at School of Makeup Artistry, or just maybe shout out and give us an email or give us a little DM. Hopefully we'll be able to answer your questions. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed yourself and the look. Thank you.